Waves sound wrong at night. You grow up near the sea, you learn its language. The rhythm of the tide, the shape of the wind, the way the waves hit the rocks like a steady pulse. Even storms have a pattern to them. Greyharbor forgot its pattern. I noticed the first night I came back. I hadn't meant to return. I swore I never would. When I left Greyharbor, I didn't look back. Not when the bus crested the last hill, not when the sea disappeared behind the trees. But then the letter came. No return address. No name. Just one sentence in a spidery black hand. Come back before the tide remembers. It sounded like a threat. Or a warning. Or both. I tried to throw it away. I didn't. 3 weeks later, I was walking down the salt-warped main street of Greyharbor with a duffel bag on my shoulder, the sky sunken in low clouds, the air smelling like rot and rain. Nothing had changed. That was the first wrong thing. The bakery with the leaning chimney was still leaning. The boarded-up cinema still had the same cracked "coming soon" sign. The same fishing boats. The same peeling paint. 10 years gone and it looked exactly the same. I told myself some towns are just slow. I told myself a lot of things. I walked past the harbor, past the stone walls slick with moss, and every wave that hit the rocks felt half a second too late. Like the ocean was following a rhythm I couldn't hear. Then I saw my house. It wasn't mine anymore. I knew that. I'd sold it when I left. But seeing someone else's curtains in the window, someone else's flowers in the box, I felt something collapse in my chest. I don't know what possessed me to knock. A woman opened the door. Mid-40s, tired eyes, polite smile. "Can I help you?" she asked. "I used to live here," I said. "I was just passing through." She looked at me like I was trying to sell something. "Must have been before we came," she said. "We've been here a long time." "How long?" She thought. "Always, I think." That word hit me wrong. Always. "What's your name?" she asked. "Elias," I said. "Elias Varon." She nodded politely. "Well, Elias, we've got company coming, so if you don't mind." I stepped back, mumbled an apology. As she closed the door, I saw something over her shoulder. A picture frame on the wall. A family photo. Man, woman, child. All three faces blurred. Smudged, like someone had dragged a thumb across wet paint. The door shut in my face. I stood there, heart pounding, feeling like a trespasser in my own skin. I should have left. Instead, I went to the cliffs. There's a view up there. The whole town spread out like a toy model. The crooked streets. The harbor. The rocks that ring the bay like broken teeth. And half a mile out to sea, the tip of the old church steeple. The rest of the church is underwater now. People said on certain nights you could hear the bells ring beneath the waves. From the cliff, I watched the distant steeple. The tide was high, the sea should have swallowed it. But I could see too much of it. Like the water didn't want to touch it. Eventually fog rolled in, thick and clinging. The waves went quiet. Even the gulls shut up. And from somewhere far out in the mist, I heard it. A bell. 1, 2, 3 slow tolls. The bells had been silent for as long as I could remember. Which I was starting to realize wasn't saying much. There was only one place in town to get a room, the Greyharbor Inn. The innkeeper didn't recognize me either. He was a huge man with a walrus mustache and the kind of eyes that had seen every fight in every slow season. I slid my ID across the counter. Elias Varon. 1 room. He squinted down at the card. "You from around here?" "I used to be." "How long ago?" 10 years. He grunted. "Don't remember you." Something in the way he said it, it wasn't just a statement. It was defensive. "Your parents from here?" "Yeah. Caleb Varon. Worked the boats." He shook his head. "Never heard of him." He pushed the key toward me and turned away. Up in the room, I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at my hands. It felt like I'd stepped sideways into a version of Greyharbor where I'd never existed. I took the crumpled letter out of my pocket and read the words again. "Come back before the tide remembers." When I flipped it over, faint ink had spread along the bottom edge. "A few more words now, or it will remember for you." I hadn't missed that before. I would have seen it. I slept badly. I dreamt of bells and water and faces without features leaning over me in the dark. When I woke, my pillow was damp with seawater. The next day I tried to prove I existed. I went to the town archives. A cramped room in the municipal building, run by an old woman with nicotine fingers. School records, I said. Name's Elias Varon. She gave me a look like I was wasting her time. After a while she came back frowning. No Varon, she said. That's not possible. Try Caleb Varon. My dad. She humored me. Nothing. Maybe you got the wrong town, she said. I grew up here, I snapped. I can tell you every stone on Marlin Street, every pier plank that squeaks, where the church stood before the sea took it. Her eyes sharpened. Nobody talks about the church, she said. Why not? It's gone. She said it too quickly. Do you remember me? I asked. Should I? I used to come here as a kid. You gave me candy from that jar behind you. She looked back at the empty space. There is no jar. I looked. The jar was there. Blue glass. White mints inside. I could see it. She couldn't. My skin crawled. Look, I whispered. Right there. She frowned, then her eyes went distant. Water shimmered across her pupils, like a wave washing through them. Then she blinked and stood up. I'm closing early, she said. You should go. She locked the door behind her, leaving me alone. I opened a drawer at random. Marriage certificates. Old ones. The names blurred the longer I looked. Ink bleeding, letters smearing, whole surnames dissolving. Some documents were nothing but dates and blank lines. I shut the drawer. The candy jar on the desk was now empty. I met her that afternoon. She was sitting on the edge of the pier, boots hanging over the water, staring at the horizon like she expected something to crawl out of it. You're standing where he usually stands, she said without looking at me. Who? The man who comes back. You're Elias, she said. I remember your name. This time. What do you mean this time? You got a letter. You came back. You checked your house. No one knew you. You went to the archives. Nothing. You started noticing things wrong. The bells. The water. People forgetting. You've done this before, she said softly. We both have. I'd remember repeating my own life. You don't remember Greyharbor. You remember the last version of it. Before the tide took it back. You're insane, I said. I hope so, she said. Because the alternative is worse. She looked exhausted. The sea doesn't just take land, she said. Not here. It took time. History. People. You tried to save the town once. Long ago. The storms were getting worse. You said the sea remembered everything it swallowed. You wanted it to remember us too. So you tied this place to the tide. You bound us to its memory. She handed me a photograph. A group of people standing in front of the church before it sank. Men in dark suits. Women in stiff dresses. A younger May. And there, front and center, was me. The photo was dated 1897. That's not me, I whispered. Say that again, she murmured. Maybe this time you'll believe it. The bell out at sea tolled once. May flinched. It's early, she whispered. It's remembering faster. That night we broke into the old lighthouse. There's a room beneath this, she said. You built it. At the bottom was a metal door. My name was carved into it. Inside were hundreds of journals, all written in my handwriting. Notes about binding, memory loops, anchors. Phrases like identity split and anchor, me. May spoke quietly. You made yourself the memory that couldn't wash away. On the far wall hung a mirror, crusted with salt and barnacles. Your anchor, she said. You tied the town's existence to your reflection. In the mirror my face blurred. Behind me the room was full of people. Translucent figures, eyes hollow, mouths shut tight. The whole town staring out from behind my eyes. If you shatter it, May whispered, maybe we end. Maybe the cycles stop. Maybe we all finally drown. I stared at myself. My reflection smiled. Its lips moved though I couldn't hear the words. Then I did. Not with my ears, with my mind. We can fix it this time. May's voice trembled. Do it, please. I'm so tired. Water seeped through the door, cold around my ankles. The mirror rippled. Behind my reflection, the drowned church loomed, its bells swinging, each toll scraping through my memories. I picked up a chunk of stone, raised it. In the mirror, my reflection hung still. The faces behind it opened their mouths in perfect, silent horror. I understood. Breaking the mirror wouldn't free them. It would erase them. Forever. The sea whispered. You bound us. You made us remember. To break it is to betray yourself. May's nails dug into my arm. If you don't, she said, we keep doing this. Forever. I dropped the stone. Not on the mirror. May's face crumpled. You never choose us, she said. You always choose yourself. The water swallowed her. I reached for her. Too late. The mirror brightened. The bells roared. And everything came apart. I woke on a bus. Young. 18. Bag in my lap. Greyharbor, through the window, getting smaller behind me. Rain streaked the glass. I reached into my pocket. A letter waited there. Come back before the tide remembers. I crumpled it. Didn't throw it away. Outside, the ocean flashed between the trees, dark and endless. Far out, a bell tolled. Once. Twice. 3 times. In the reflection of the window, I saw my face. For a second, it wasn't mine. Older. Tired. Eyes full of people staring out. Then it was just me again. The bus rolled on. I told myself I'd never go back. I told myself the letter was nothing. 10 years later, I walked down the salt-warped main street of Greyharbor with a duffel bag on my shoulder. The waves sound wrong at night. The pattern is waiting. The tide remembers. And it will never, ever let us go.